And let's stop using the color copier for our personal photocopies. I mean, after all, we're trying to run a business here. What's next on the agenda? Sales last quarter were good. But I've hired a sales consultant. Someone with bold, new ideas. Someone who's here to give us a presentation. Mr. Brian Stevenson.
Establishing customer relations. How do we do that? Anyone? There are no wrong answers.
Good eye contact.
I'm sorry, what's your name?
Gerald Anderson. I have the best sales record of anyone.
Get out.
You can't be serious.
Get out. Go look at your reflection in the mirror, see what that does for your record. Gerald there is never gonna make it in this business. That's a fact. It's very simple, people. I'm gonna say this only once, so listen and listen well. Handshakes. Boom. Handshakes. It's that easy. You're confused. Okay, how do I... You. Why don't you limber up that wrist and get up here? Time to demonstrate. So what's your name, Scout?
Robert.
Robert. Pretend like we've never met before.
We haven't.
Robert, pretend like we've never met. Pretend. So, hello there, potential new client. Do you know who I am?
No.
No. My name is Brian Stevenson. Put her there. And we shake. Good job, Robert. Nice form. But they're not all gonna be this easy, clearly. I mean, it's so obvious. You have to mix it up with different clients. It's like my good friend Darwin used to always say, you need to adapt, people. For instance, in Germany, it is customary to shake hands above the head. Robert. Come on, Robert. Robert, get your arm up. Raise your arm, Robert. Very good. See, you're not always going to use the same handshake for everyone. For instance, does your client like birds? Is he or she a bird watcher? There are telltale signs. Do they wear khakis? Are they bearded? Binoculars. Binoculars are a dead giveaway. You'll shake their hands like this. Lay your hand out as flat as you can. Come on, Robert, flat as you can. Come on there. Let's put on a good show. There you go. Now you can take your bag of seed, imaginary or otherwise. You're just gonna sprinkle some seeds onto their hand. And then, is that a bird? You'll notice my hand is not unlike a bird. And it starts to eat up those seeds, Robert. You take those business ideas, Robert. There we go. Now, if your client is responsive to this and he likes it, he may give you a signal to go farther with it. This may be nonverbal, so always look in his eyes. A man's intent is always in his eyes. Now Robert's gonna go ahead, aren't you, Robert? And put his hands out like a couple hungry little peeping chicks. Think of your family, Robert. That poor wife, Patty, and those two sweet, precious kids. Come on, Robert. Give me those little baby birds. That's it, yes. Peeping little chicks. Now, my hand is the mother bird. I could take those semi-regurgitated seeds. It's easier if you make the noise with your real mouth as well. I'm gonna pass it on to Robert. Little darling sparrows. Keep peeping, Robert. They can't eat with their mouths closed. There you have it. That's another method. I'll demonstrate another, my personal favorite here. Say you're just locking down, potentially, that very elusive, hard-to-get client, and you've just had a rigorous power meeting. Then you'll take your hand and make it like this. You notice how my hand is not in like an udder? Cows, right? But it's symbolic. Go ahead, Robert. Why don't you take your spry little fingers and grab onto those teats. Go ahead. Grab on. Show the people. Robert now is going to milk the good ideas and positive vibrations into the sale. That's it, Robert. Don't be shy. Feels good, doesn't it? Don't be modest, Robert. You enjoy it, don't you, Bobby? How about you? You want a taste of this sweet and creamy business deal? That may only be 2%, but it'll get you a whole lot of business. Pretty straightforward. Handshakes, people. Handshakes. It can be easy too. Like, say you like your client. Just give them one of these. There you go. Done. What if you don't like your client? What if you're losing the sale? What if they are ruining your presentation? Remember this day. Handshakes. Thank you so much. You're welcome.
Why aren't you clapping, Robert? Did you listen to the presentation?